To use GoZ within Cinema 4D, we'll need to install the GoZ button within the Cinema 4D interface. To do this is very simple. First, we'll go to Window, and then scroll down to Script Manager. Now with the Script Manager open, you'll go to File, and down to Import. You'll be importing a file from the following path. Click on your hard drive, then Users, Shared, Pixelogic, GoZBrush, and then the Scripts folder. You're going to be importing a file called GoZBrush from cinema4d.csc. Once that's been imported, all you'll need to do is drag the GoZ icon to your Cinema 4D interface. Now that you have the GoZ icon in the interface, you can close down the Script Manager. To make sure that the GoZ button is always available to you, click on Windows, Layout, and then down to Save as Startup Layout. We're now ready to start sending a mesh over to ZBrush, so I'll create a simple sphere primitive. With this sphere selected, I'll simply click the GoZ button that we just installed. In this case, we'll be presented with a dialog box that lets us know that the currently selected object will be converted to an editable object and then sent to ZBrush. Now that you've set up GoZ for Cinema 4D correctly, we'll be working with a test sphere that you downloaded with this movie by clicking Load Tool and then clicking the GoZ test sphere.ztl. You'll notice that this model already has some sculpting information with subdivision levels and some poly paint information. I'll just switch the material so we can see that poly paint information a bit better. For creating a texture, normal, or displacement map, of course we'll need some UVs. This model already has some UVs set up, so we won't worry about that now. In the texture map pull down, we can click New from Poly Paint to convert the poly paint information over to a texture map. Next we'll be setting up our displacement map, so I'll click on the displacement map pull down here in the tool palette. And the only option I'm going to worry about for this example is that Smooth UVs is checked. We then need to lower the resolution of our model to the lowest subdivision level by hitting Shift D, and once we reach the lowest subdivision level, we can click Create Displacement Map. Creating a normal map for this model is just as straightforward. I'll click on the Normal Map pull down, and in this case I'll make sure that Tangent and Smooth UVs is checked. Then all I need to do is click Create Normal Map. In this example, I took the time to create both a normal map and a displacement map, but both aren't needed to transfer high-resolution data to other programs. You can create whichever one suits your needs best. Now with all of our maps created, all we need to do is click the GoZ button located here in the tool palette. At this point, you'll be presented with a list of applications that are currently GoZ enabled that are installed on your system. To send the mesh and all the maps that we created for it over to Cinema 4D, we'll select the Cinema 4D option. You can now see our low resolution mesh here inside Cinema 4D with the texture map applied. The normal and displacement map also have been applied, and if you click Render, you'll be able to see both those maps. If you'd like to view the normal map directly on your mesh here inside Cinema 4D, you'll have to go up to Display, and then scroll down to Enhanced OpenGL. Now you can see the normal map presented directly on the low resolution mesh. Now that you have successfully set up your GoZ pipeline between ZBrush and Cinema 4D, you may send your mesh back to ZBrush by simply selecting it and clicking on the GoZ icon that we set up earlier.